the subject today. And this is a series I talked about last week, how we have to free our mind from Egypt, get our mind out of Egypt. God has given me a whole series on how we cannot attain the promise of God if we don't change our conscious level, if we don't change how we think. God revealed something to me yesterday. I was riding in the car with Brother Eric, and the guy was on a bicycle, and he had a battery. We don't know if he stole the battery or he was carrying the battery. I don't know what the deal was, but it looked like he was trying to get the battery somewhere to get some money. I thought to myself, maybe I should tell Brother Eric to turn around and bless this man. And God spoke something to me. And he's been speaking to me concerning our conscious level, concerning where we're going. And he said to me, he said, you cannot bless a man outside of his mind. He said, you cannot bless a man outside of his mind. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, you cannot take him to his place that his thoughts are not already there. And whenever you take a man to his place where his thoughts is not, he either will destroy himself in that place or destroy that place. One of the main reasons why I could not allow the children of Israel to get into the promised land too early, because their mind had to be changed before they go into a promised place. It reminded me of an old saying that he used to tell us years ago. They say you can take a person out the ghetto, but you got to be able to take the ghetto out of a person. And it's on that same kind of lines that sometimes we want the promise of the suburbs, but we still have the ghetto mentality. And we want the blessings of God, but we still have the Egypt mentality. And God has let me know you must be faithful stewards, that first you must get people's thoughts to a place before you get their body there. And if their mind have not changed, they'll make the new place like the old place. Are you with me? This is the number one reason why a lot of marriages don't work, because you think the same way about the last man that you think about the new man. You pray for a new man, but you didn't pray for a new mind. Come on, somebody. Same thing happened with churches, that you may leave one church, come to another church, and have the same thought pattern from the old church that you have at the new church, and can't embrace the new promises because you haven't changed your mind. And sometimes our love for people to be in a certain place, we'll try to make them be in a place if their thoughts first are not there. Are you hearing what I'm trying to tell you? Yes, sir. So it's very important that we understand this. So I'm doing this whole series on free your mind, and the rest will follow. I talked about last time about taking your mind out of Egypt and get Egypt out of yourself. And I talked about Pharaoh. This week I want to talk about, from the same series, free your mind, the rest will follow, a saint with a sinner's problem. A saint with a sinner's problem. Are y'all with me? Are y'all going to shout with me today? All right, good. I'm talking about David. If you read this story about David and Bathsheba, it's probably preached thousands and thousands of times, thousands of ways. I just want to draw some points from it. First of all, I want to talk about, that David was an awesome man of God. Everybody know that? David was an awesome man of God. David's name within itself means beloved, means love, well loved by God. It's an awesome thing when people know how to name you right, and your name represents your future. Come on, somebody. Back in the Bible times, they would name people according to their character. They would watch the child. They would ask God about the child. They would pray about the child, and God would give them a name concerning the child's destiny or the child's future. Nowadays, we name our kids anything, and we don't know what kind of spirit is tied to them because we ain't looking at the name. Come on, somebody. And whether you know it or not, that the name that you may carry can have a lot of significance on you. There are a lot of people right now that can't get over their past because you keep knowing them as a thief. You keep knowing them as a prostitute. You keep knowing them as a pimp. You keep knowing them as a playboy. You keep knowing them as a prostitute. And you won't let them come out of their old name, even though they have changed their nature. Sometimes we have the tendency of keeping people in the past because we won't even grab hold of their new name. Are y'all with me? It's very important. Even Minister Mason up here, we know at one time he was called Swade, and we're not to be offensive, but sometimes we don't like him, people that call him Swade, because we understand that God changed him from Swade to Minister Mason or Brother Mason. And sometimes when people attach Swade to his name, they're not always just out of habit or have forgotten, but they're really trying to say, I have not forgotten how you used to be. And they're really saying it in a slick way of saying, I will not accept the new name. I'm going to hold you to your old behavior. How many know if you've been in a house when people refuse to let you get out of the box you've been struggling so hard to get out of? Come on, somebody. You don't have to shout me. I'll shout myself on this message. I don't like old names. I'm trying to get to a place, and I understand that there's some things that have attached themselves to me. There are some labels that have attached themselves to me. Now, we have to be honest. Some labels I deserve because I did this stuff myself. Come on, somebody. Some stuff I chose, and the label came because I labeled myself by my own behavior. But at least give me the chance that when I try to make